Namaste. Studying Vedanta, discussing it, sharing its knowledge, or making videos on the subject does not call for wearing clothes of a specific color, sporting unruly facial hair, painting one's face with symbols in different colors, being pretentious, shaving one's head, dancing on the streets and causing a nuisance to others, making a mockery of the ancient Vedic Sanatana Dharma, or deriding everyone who does not believe in the stories peddled to you that you believe in. Vedanta can be called the science of all sciences. It gets to the root of anything and everything that man can ever imagine, and it goes beyond it. It does not ask anyone to believe in anyone or anything. Being a modest seeker and possessing a hunger for knowledge are the two main traits in a person that can qualify anyone to take up the path of Vedanta, which is a journey that begins with the complete annihilation of doubt and fear in the mind of the seeker. It is truly a pity that hardly anyone among the so-called spiritual teachers or organizations encourages people to read and understand the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. What most of them do is pick a couple of shlokas and go on and talking about them for days together, thereby completely removing any possible traces of interest in the minds of the masses to get to know the scripture, which I call the most amazing mind management manual. I have heard that the autobiography of a certain man is considered a great source of spiritual knowledge by some people, including some famous actors. Instead, those people would be better off spending about 3 to 4 hours reading a simple translation of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in a language of their own choice. However, I, who calls myself a sincere, well-wishing friend, not only encourage reading the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, but I also laid out as a condition to having completed any one of the Gita resources that I offer before communicating with me in person. This has led to thousands of people reading the divine scripture and changing their lives for the better. The other important thing is that by doing so, I personally fulfill Shloka 1868. Ye idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshva vidasyati bhakti mai param krutva mame vaishyatya samshayah. Krishna says, the one who teaches this supreme philosophy to my devotees has the greatest form of love for me and offers to me the highest form of service. Such a person shall undoubtedly come to me. Most of the Upanishads, particularly the top 14, are available for free on the internet. Instead of sitting before egotistical charlatans, babas, mountebanks, and conmen who prance around like proud peacocks claiming to know everything, it would be advisable to set a goal and a time frame to complete the following. 1. The Srimad Bhagavad Gita. 2. 14 principal Upanishads. Isha, Kena, Katha, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Aitareya, Taittiriya, Chandogya, Brihadaranyaka, Shvetashvatara, Kaushitaki, Maitrayani, Mahanarayana. Once you have completed the above, you may move on to the Brahma Sutras. Always bear in mind that your surroundings, your health, relationships, general state of mind, and entire life completely depend on the way you perceive everything, which in turn depends on your basic mental system configuration, as I call it, which is nothing but the ratio of the 3 gunas in you. And how do you alter that ratio so that you evolve spiritually? Well, through jnana or knowledge. You would need to observe your thoughts, words, and deeds and discover patterns in them and consciously endeavor to change or improve them. The only way to end suffering is through jnana or wisdom. This is certainly different from reciting mantras without even understanding their meaning and significance, adopting allegories literally and creating cults around them, dressing strangely or shouting religious slogans. Shloka 437. Yathaidhamsi samiddhognir bhasmasat kurute Arjuna jnanagnihi sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute tatha. Just as a blazing fire burns wood used as fuel into ashes, Arjuna, knowledge burns all actions and reactions or karma into ashes. Shloka 437 is my signature shloka. Shloka 6.5. Uddharedatmanatmanam natmanam avasadaye atmaiva hyatmano bandhuratmaiva ripuratmanaha. You must lift yourself with your own mind and should not degrade yourself. The mind is a friend as well as the enemy of the self. Shloka 6.6. Bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmaivatmanajitaha anatmanastu shatrutve vartetatmaiva shatruvat. The mind is the greatest friend of the one who has conquered it. But for the one who has not done so, the mind is the greatest enemy. Mastering your own mind is the key. Take to Vedanta. Your journey will be engaging and fascinating because Vedanta ensures that every experience you have will be intellectually stimulating, enriching, and gratifying. Your mind is the only thing over which you can, if you wish and work hard, acquire total control. So never give anyone or anything the power to control the state of your mind. Keep in mind that depending on the happiness you get through the validation of others is one of the most common ways of letting others control the state of your mind. Why would you want to give that power to anyone else? Whatever you do, do it to the best of your ability and just don't bother about the results. When you want something badly and are obsessed with it, you run the risk of feeling shattered in the event you do not succeed. Whereas, if your only goal is to do a perfect job, what will happen is that even if you do not succeed, you would only treat the whole thing to be a great learning experience and move on. Shloka 238. Sukha dukhe samekrutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. Fight the battle, treating alike pleasure and pain, gain and loss, as well as victory and defeat. By doing so, you will not sin. If you want to evolve intellectually and spiritually, the first thing you would need to do would be to free yourself from dogma and silly belief systems and read a translation, a simple translation of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and not some autobiography. If you wish, you may try the Gita resources that I offer. Thank you. Stay blessed. Jai Shri Krishna.